Hey everybody, Evan Schmidt, product specialist and love promise coordinator here at Santa Cruz Subaru. Today we're going to talk about the brand new Forester Hybrid and show you some tips, tricks on if you're a new hybrid owner. If you're new to my channel, I like to make videos about everything Subaru, impart my knowledge and wisdom and everything I've learned over the last 19 years working here at Santa Cruz Subaru. If you get use out of the videos, please hit the little Santa Cruz Subaru wave down there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Lets my bosses know that people get use out of the videos and let me keep making them for you. All right, let's get into it. So congratulations on the purchase of your new hybrid. One of the things that Subaru really did with this car is it's not that much different than just a normal Forester. On the outside, you can't really tell other than there's the tiny little badge that says hybrid. On the inside, you'll see some subtle differences. You know, there's some wood accents and stuff like that that are not available on the normal Forester. My favorite improvement is this guy though. This is the digital display. Most likely, when you buy your car, the way the car comes from the factory, your display is going to look like this guy right here. You can't even really tell on the videos, but those aren't real gauges, they're digital gauges. You have options on this screen. So that's this little I button with the 3 cars right here. You got to hold this button down. If I push it, absolutely nothing happens. Sorry for it unfocusing and focusing there. But if I hold it down and go 1, 2, see how it changes? Now we have the nav screen up there. I hold it again, 1, 2. I have a screen that's pretty much completely dark. Hold it again, 1, 2, and it switches back to the gauge screen. You can change this while you're driving. I kind of like the nav screen. I think that looks pretty darn cool. Another option you have is this little toggle right here. On the other Foresters, it controls a little screen where you can change little options on the very top of your screen. But since we have the digital display, it actually, every time I flick this guy kind of up like this, sorry, I'm focusing there, but it changes what we call your MID display to something different. Lots of different choices here. So this is just talking about if you're power, if you're charging, if you're in eco mode. This is also more hybrid stuff, what's happening with the car at that exact moment, if you use regenerative braking, if it's charging the battery. Tells you what's playing on your stereo. This is my favorite one. It's tied into the nav and tells you what street you're on. We're currently sitting in our parking lot, so we're not on a street, but if we're driving, it tells you exactly what street you're on. Tire pressure monitoring screen only works while you're currently driving. I've had the car on for 4, now just turned 5 minutes, and I've gone 0 miles. Currently, I'm getting 0 miles per gallon because I'm not going anywhere. The car thinks, because this is a new car, that I have about 280 miles left in my tank. Just remember that is an estimate based on what you're currently doing, and the car's passed. All new cars are going to have a pretty bad estimate because they have bad gas mileage right out of the gate. As you can see, 15.6 miles average for the last 34.9 miles, which is the trip. The trip reset button's right here. So if I tap that, it goes from A to B. If I hold it down, it resets my trip, which also resets my average. And you new owners, don't be alarmed by that poor average. It's just because a lot of this car's life has been spent sitting, running, getting bad gas mileage, and driving that MPG down. I hit it again, I go back to that guy. This button here, like I said, it changes that screen, but it's the most commonly accidentally touched thing. People turn the wheel, they accidentally hit the button, and they do it, and they find themselves in a screen that they don't want to be in. All you got to do is you got to flick it. You go up or down until you find the one that you like. Another tip here is this screen is actually 3 screens. So we got this top screen, you can see that little line right there. That's where the screen separates itself. But this little arrow right here and the dashes on the bottom, I'm on the first screen. So if I hit that arrow, now I can go back to the first screen, or go forward to the next screen. So this is another choice that you have over there. You know, tells you what street you're driving on. Those are called widgets. But if I keep hitting that guy, I got weather, I get into my X mode, but now you see that guy's grayed out because I'm on the last screen. With the widgets, what a lot of people don't realize is you can change these. So if I hit the widgets screen, it brings up all of these icons. This is the default, but I don't care what my water temperature is. So if I want to get rid of that guy and replace it with a calendar, or get rid of my oil temperature and replace it with a speed limit, and I like to keep the average speed. I think that one's pretty neat. I can get out of here. Now my widgets have changed and I have a little bit more useful information. Another one that you can change, you can see on the very top of my display, there's really nothing up there. So no matter what screen I'm in, there's really nothing on the very top of that screen. You can put stuff up there if you want. So if I go over here and I go into my settings and I make sure I'm in the general settings, it's going to be kind of one scroll down. That's called your meter screen. So I'm going to go up here to the meter screen. And depending on your car, it might have something, it might not, but it's called the meter information screen. So right now we have selected nothing. I could have outside temperature clock. So you see now up there, there's an outside temperature clock. I could go over here to compass gas range, and I could have a compass gas range up there. Or again, I could hit none and have nothing. It's all about how your car came in from the factory. Most likely it's going to be in the outside temperature clock when you get it. But if you want to change that, it's pretty easy to change. It's called your meter screen. And then just a couple things down here on your instrument cluster down here. A question I get a lot is if you ever see a button on your Subaru that doesn't have a logo on it, it's just non-functional on the type of car you bought. This is a very common part used in a lot of Subarus. So some Subarus have buttons down here that actually work, some don't. If you see nothing, it's non-functional. But if you're an old Subaru owner, you're used to having a little latch down there to release your gas cap. If you're kind of a newer Subaru owner, that latch is gone. You're used to just pushing your gas cap and it opening when your driver's door is unlocked. But with the hybrid now, it's this button right here. That's how you release your gas cap. It's locked right now until I push that button. Another thing for you brand new Subaru owners, this is a very common thing that happens with our cars. There's the hands-free sensor for the back of the cars. The Foresters have what we call a kick sensor. Our detailers often turn that off when they're detailing the car, then they forget to turn it on. So that's this button right here. So if you have a brand new Forester and your kick sensor's not working, most likely when they detailed your car, they pushed that button and deactivated the sensor. It's really hard to tell, but now you can see the button's a little pushed in and I don't see the white line on top. If I push it again, the button comes out and I see that white line. That means your kick sensor is working and activated. It's a really cool feature. Also, if you planned on getting a tow hitch on this car, the kick sensor goes away. So the last one we got for you here is down here. This is your third screen. This is your air conditioning unit. So you have this button down right here, which probably the default will turn on the air conditioner. So if I turn the system on, this whole thing activates. I can turn the air conditioner off. I can turn the air conditioner on. You can change this button and make it something new. So what you do is you just go to settings. And again, you're going to start, it's going to be at the general settings. You have to scroll down one screen to climate control. Hit climate control. That's called the customized climate button. So hit that guy. I can make it be the auto button, or I can make it be the recirculation button. When instead of outside air coming through, it's going to recirculate the air that's already coming in the car. It's off right now. If I turn it on, there we go, recirculated air. Or I could have it be the sync button, which syncs up both sides of the car to where the driver controls everybody. It's just a personal choice which one you like. Let's go back to AC. Cool little feature. Thanks for watching.